Sir, start na po kami.
Okay, proceed.
Audible po ba?
Yes.
An exquisite afternoon, everyone. We are the Group 5, and today we are going to tackle about a very, very captivating topic, which is HIV, hepatitis, and the most common home incidents. So buckle up, listen, look, and listen and learn. To start with, let us know who are the presenters. So, Miss Denise Ursua, yours truly, Kate Santiago, Mac Ryan Sullivan, Jo Marita Baldo, our leader, Von Tariga, Lizelle Olivas, and Van Villanueva. To start with, let us all hear from Miss Denise what is HIV.
So some of the facts of HIV we're going to tackle about is about stages of symptoms and prevention. Natakal na po natin ito sa previous lesson natin kay Sir, pero mag-additional info lang po kami. So, HIV. HIV or human immunodeficiency virus. I'm sorry for the spelling. HIV is a virus that attacks cells that help the body to fight infection. Ang tinatarget po ng HIV ay yung white blood cells natin na present sa ating katawan. Na present mismo doon sa immunity system natin. It reduces the body's ability to fight infections and illnesses. So pinapababa niya yung ability ng body na makapag-fight ng mga infections sa illness. A lot of people nakakaranas ng HIV, but don't worry. Madaming pwedeng prevention ang pwedeng gamitin. And if nahawaan ka po nito, consult to the doctor immediately. And if not, pwede kang magkaroon ng third stage ng HIV. Mapag-usapan po natin mamaya yan. Ayan, AIDS. AIDS is a syndrome or range of symptoms that may develop in time in a person with HIV who does not receive treatment. A person can have HIV without developing AIDS, but it is possible to have AIDS without first having HIV. So ang AIDS daw po ay yung third or final stage ng HIV infection, wherein yung immunity system mo is totally damaged na and totally weak para makapag-fight ng mga ordinary infections. Napakalala na po nito kasi po sabi niya, final stage or the end stage. Moreover, HIV can damage the immune system and raise the risk of contracting other viruses or bacteria and developing certain cancers. If left untreated, it can lead to stage 3 HIV, known as AIDS. But with today's treatment, many people living with HIV don't ever develop AIDS. So ang sabi po dyan, if left untreated, it can lead to stage 3, known as AIDS. Ibig sabihin po, pag hindi po kayo nagpa-consult sa doktor, sabi ko nga po kanina, patuloy po yung paglala ng sakit until makapunta po kayo sa stage ng AIDS. Napakalala po namin yung part. Pwede po siyang maging lifelong sa sa buhay nyo. Hindi mo na siya matatanggal. Pero in today's naman, meron na po siyang treatment. It can prevent hindi niya matatanggal pero mape-prevent niya lang. Ibig sabihin mapapaslow na lang yung sakit papunta dun sa next stage, papunta sa pinakamalalang stage. Mape-prevent niya lang. Hindi po niya ma-cure. Ayan, any question po before we proceed to Miss Wayne? Okay, so if wala na po. Miss Marine?
How do you get HIV or AIDS? So, paano mahahawa ang isang tao ng HIV? And ano rin yung mga factors na akala ng mga tao nakakapag-spread ng HIV? HIV or AIDS can't be spread through insect bites, kissing, toilet seat, sharing utensils, sneeze, and coughs. Insect bites. Hindi mahahawa ang isang tao ng HIV sa kagat ng insects because when the insect bite you, they do not inject the blood from the last person they bit. Instead, they inject formic acid or saliva. So kahit na HIV positive yung last person na kinagat ng insekto na kumagat sa'yo, you don't need to worry kasi hindi ka naman mai-infect. Next is kissing. Do you agree, Mr. Tariga, that kissing can't spread HIV?
No.
No.
Kung talagang
I
hindi,
think
try
yes
mo nga.
po. I think yes, Miss Maureen.
Yes, that is correct, Catherine. Yes, because HIV is not transmitted through saliva. So kahit makipaghalikan ka sa taong may HIV, hindi ka pa rin nito mahahawaan. Sabi nga sa symposium nung Friday, di ba? Kissing doesn't spread HIV. Ignorance does. Next is toilet seat. HIV doesn't survive on surfaces. Thus, sharing a toilet seat in public restrooms can't spread HIV. Maaari kang makakuha ng sakit pero hindi HIV. Another is sharing utensils. As I said a while ago, HIV is not transmitted through saliva. So kahit na makipag-share ka ng spoon and fork ng food sa isang HIV positive, hindi ka mahahawaan. Lastly, is sneeze and coughs. Ang HIV ay hindi airborne, so it is not present in the tiny particles of moisture is sneeze as or cough out of someone's mouth. So, paano nga ba? Yes. Warren?
Well,
May,
napindot ko lang, sorry.
akala ko may tanong si Warren. Okay, sige din.
So, HIV/AIDS can be spread through unsafe sex, organ transplant, blood transfusion, use of non-sterile syringe and tools, and pregnancy. Unsafe sex. Having vaginal or anal sex with someone who has HIV without using condoms or taking medicines to prevent or treat HIV. So, napaka-importante talaga ng paggamit ng contraceptives gaya ng condom kapag nakikipagtalik sapagkat hindi ka lang mapoprotektahan from unwanted pregnancy but also in HIV or any sexually transmitted disease. Another is organ transplant. Bago makapag-donate ng organ ang isang tao, kailangan mula nila mag-undergo ng screening for HIV risk factors and test for the infection para masiguro na walang HIV. Ngunit kahit na napaka-accurate ng HIV testing, maaari rin itong pumalya, lalo na kapag yung tao ay kaka-expose lang sa virus. Kaya unexpected transmission is possible sa mga patient na magre-receive ng organ mula sa infected donors. Another, blood transfusion. HIV may also be spread through contact with infected blood. However, due to the screening of blood for evidence of HIV, the infection is risk but is still possible. The use of non-sterile syringe and tools. During an injection, di ba some blood is napupunta sa needle at syringe? So, paano nga ba makakapag-transmit yun ng virus? Yung injection kasi na ginamit sa HIV positive ay maaaring nagko-contain ng blood with the virus in it. So, kapag ginamit yung same needle at syringe sa isang tao, there is a possibility na ma-inject yung HIV-infected blood directly sa bloodstream ng taong inenjekan. Lastly, pregnancy. Maaring mai-transmit ng isang HIV-positive mother sa kanyang baby yung virus during pagbubuntis, panganganak, at breastfeeding. Kaya required yung mga nanay na mag-undergo ng HIV treatment and yung pag-inom din ng HIV medicines para maiwasan yung tinatawag na perinatal transmission or yung mother-to-child transmission of HIV. And also, take note that yung mga gamot naman na ita-take is safe and it does not risk increase the risk of birth defects.
Nakamute po pala ako, sir. I'm sorry po. So, sa HIV, meron tayong tatlong stage. We have stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Early symptoms can include fever, chills, aches and pains, sore throat, headache, nausea or nausea, rashes, and swollen lymph nodes. Anyone kung sinong may hindi nakaintindi sa first stage, you may ask naman. Okay, it is self-explanatory naman. So sa second stage, if you didn't know earlier that you were infected with HIV, you may realize it after you have some of the symptoms. Being tired all the time, swollen lymph nodes in your neck and groin, parang sa first stage. Fever that lasts more than 10 days, yung mapapatrangkaso ka na sa sobrang tagal. Night sweats, weight loss with no obvious reason, purplish spots on your skin that don't go away. Parang rashes din to, pero mas malala lang. Kasi di ba sa rashes is red spot siya. Well, this one naman is purplish spots. Okay, sa third stage, you may experience weight loss, chronic diarrhea, night sweats katulad ng second stage, mouth and skin problems, yung mga nagkakasingaw, fever, ayan. From first stage to third stage, mararanasan yung fever. Palala lang kasi ng palala. Persistent cough, regular infection, and wait lang. Serious illness or disease. Although may sasabi po natin na there is no cure of HIV, but treatment with HIV medicine, meron tayong tinatawag na andito yung ART or antiretroviral therapy. Hindi na po natin iyan natatakol. Sasabihin ko lang po kasi yun po yung medicine na makakapag-treat dun sa HIV. No cure but to treat lang. It can slow or prevent HIV from advancing from one stage to the next. Yeah, palala ng palala. Pero, dahil sa ART or antiviral throwback, pwede niya pong mapaslow. Ayan, nag-include din po kami ng mga pictures. Number 1, I think, sa area po siya ng mouth. And sa number 2, sa foot. 3 and 4 is the skin and dun sa throat. Ayan, napakalala po niya. If you don't want to experience this one, you should protect yourself from having this HIV. So next.
How to avoid HIV infection. Today, more tools than ever are available to prevent HIV. Bukod sa mga sinabi ni Denise kanina sa pag-treat ng HIV, there is also different ways on how to prevent HIV. Sabi nga nila, di ba? Prevention is better than cure. Number 1, know your HIV status and your partner status. So, it is advisable po na magpa-check sa doktor kung may HIV ba kayo ng mag-partner. Next is avoid vaginal and anal sex. You can use strategies such as abstinence or hindi pakikipagtalik or yung sinasabi nilang walang dilig. Next is limit sex to one uninfected partner. So, limit your number of sexual partners. So, kailangan mong mag-stick to one. Wag yung paiba-iba ka ng partner. Malay mo, di ba, nag-iba ka, tas yun pala may HIV siya o di nagka-HIV ka rin. Next is use condoms. Every time you have sex, condoms are available everywhere. 7-Eleven, pharmacy, and kapag gipit naman po sa budget, libre lang daw po sa RHU.
Kaya hingi na kayo kay Maureen.
Oh, alam nyo na. Alam nyo na. At least sinabi ni Maureen.
Si Maureen ang nag-promote.
Next is
Oh my God.
avoid injectable illegal drugs or shared needles. Lastly, avoid intoxication from drugs or alcohol. So,
Tularan si
better
Maureen.
be careful guys kasi HIV is not curable yet.
Yes, I repeat, dun sa may discussion natin sa sexual self, as of today, HIV is not yet curable, okay? Pero meron mga parang hindi naman siya gamot literally para magamot yung sakit, pero malesen lang or mapahaba yung buhay ng isang individual kapag infected siya ng HIV. Kaya kayo ha, ingat-ingat tayo, okay? O sige, continue.
May we call on Kate Benedictine Santiago po? The stage is yours.
Asan si Kate? Baka nakamute ka, Kate. Ay, wala pa ba siya?
Sorry po na nawala.
Okay, sige na, go on. Huwag kayong kabahan.
Audible po ba?
Yes, Kate, 100% audible.
Ilan sa atin alam ang hepatitis at ang iba naman ay hindi? Now, we will give you some new information about hepatitis, which may help us in the near future. Hepatitis means the inflammation of the liver. First of all, the liver is a vital organ that processes nutrients, filters the blood, and fights infection. When the liver is inflamed or damaged, its function can be affected. Heavy alcohol use, toxins, some medications, and certain medical conditions can cause hepatitis. Examples are unpeeled and uncooked fruits and vegetables, shellfish, ice, and water are common sources of the disease. Autoimmune hepatitis is a disease that occurs when your body makes antibodies against certain liver tissues. The 5 main classifications of hepatitis are hepatitis A, B, C, D, and E. A different virus is responsible for each type of the hepatitis, which will be tackled the next presenter. Next slide, please.
Okay, guys, let me discuss to you the symptoms of hepatitis. So, many people with hepatitis do have symptoms and do not know they are affected. If symptoms occur with an acute infection, they can appear anytime for 2 weeks to 6 months after exposure. Symptoms of chronic viral hepatitis can take decades to develop. So, ayun nga, hepatitis is inflammation of the liver. Like, ito yung yung virus na parang forever din sa body natin. So, ayun, na gumagawa sila ng vaccines, ganun. Inflammation is when,
Excuse. Cebu Rosalyn is raising her hand.
May concern ata si Miss
Miss
Roslyn or question. Pag may tanong kayo, you may ask the group 5. Okay? Miss Roslyn?
Sorry sir, napindot lang po.
Napindot lang daw. Continue, Mac.
Yes, sir. Inflammation is swelling that happens when tissues of the body injured or infected. It can damage your liver, lalo pag manginom, ganon, tapos take ng drugs, and etc. And this swelling and damage can affect how well your liver function. Hepatitis can be acute in short term, mga weeks, ganon, months, infection, or chronic long term, like years, ganon. Hepatitis is come from virus that spread primarily. So, nag-spread din to, like, kapag nag-sex yung tao, ganon, pwedeng may pasa niya yung virus. The virus is primarily spread when uninfected and unvaccinated person ingests food or water that is contaminated with the piece of infected person. So, yun, may mga different stages din ang hepatitis, like mga hepatitis A, B, and C. So, ang hepatitis A, ang nararamdaman dito na symptoms, yellow skin or eyes, not wanting to eat, upset stomach, throwing up, stomach pain, fever, dark 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 urine, like colored stools, and diarrhea. Sa hepatitis B naman, fever, fatigue, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, darkening the urine, clay-colored bowel movements. Sa C naman, ito yung parang yung delikado na ganun, throwing up, stomach pain, fever, darkening urine, joint pain, and feeling tired. So, importante pa rin na magpakonsulta sa doktor para mas ano yun, mas sure ganun. Next. Next na.
So, may 5 types ang hepatitis. Ang A, B, C, D, at E. Ang hepatitis A can be spread from close personal contact with infected persons such as certain types of sexual contact like oral, anal sex, caring for someone who is ill, or using drugs with others. So, makukuha natin ang hepatitis A sa pakikipagtalik. Tulad nga nung mga na-discuss na sa mga previous pag nakipagtalik, always use condom para safe. Nakukuha din ito sa mga needles, like sa mga gumagamit ng injected na drugs. Siyempre, nag-share sila ng needles minsan, ganun. So, doon yung makukuha ang hepatitis A. Walang specific na treatment para dito sa hepatitis A, pero ma-prevent natin ito through washing our hands before eating, ganun. Proper hygiene, tamang pagluto ng mga pagkain. So, ayun. Ang hepatitis A, hindi naman siya masyadong nagtatagal. Mostly, 6 months ang pinakamatagal na niya, parang pinaka-effect niya. So, ayun. Pumunta tayo sa hepatitis B. Hepatitis B is a vaccine-preventable liver infection caused by hepatitis B virus. Hepatitis B is spread when blood, semen, or other body fluids from a person infected from the virus enters the body of someone who is infected. So dito sa hepatitis B, pwede natin itong makuha through blood transplant. Kaya yung tulad nga nung sinabi nung grupo kanina, um, before mag-donate ng organ, dapat may test silang iti-take para ma-assure kung healthy ba yung person na nag-donate ganun. Mostly naman sa mga nagkaka-hepatitis B, tulad ng A, na ano din sila. Parang na
Chill.
Na-
Huwag kang kabahan, Jo Marie. Okay lang.
mostly naman may 6 months, tapos mga dun sa may 6 months na yon, yung body natin nilalabanan na yung virus. So onti lang yung possibility na magtagal ito sa katawan natin. So sa hepatitis C naman tayo. Hepatitis C is a liver infected caused by hepatitis C virus. It spread through contact with blood from infected person. Today, most people become infected with the hepatitis C virus by sharing needles or other equipment used to prepare and inject drugs. So, halos lahat naman ng hepatitis ay pare-pareho. Makukuha natin ito sa needles, blood, body fluids, ganun. Itong hepatitis C is the most common, which is yung may vaccine siya para ma-prevent ito. Yung mga ini-inject sa atin nung mga bata tayo, ganun. So, itong vaccine ng hepatitis C, pwede ka magpa-vaccine dito ata. Oo, pwede ka magpa-vaccine. Hepatitis C is curable with oral medication taken every day for 2 to 6 months. Still, about half of the people with HCV or hepatitis C virus don't know they're infected, mainly because they have no symptoms which can take decades to appear. So yun. Halos magkakapareho lang yung mga HIV, ay HEPA, should say. HIV.
To sum up Jo Marie's information, ako na po sa DNE. Hepatitis B virus, how it spreads through po siya, contact with infected blood, and mapaprevent po natin siya from blood screening. Di ba yung blood screening, natry nyo na po ba yung mag-blood screening, yung makukuhanan po kayo ng blood through sa ring finger ninyo or dun sa arm? Yan, pag pumupunta po kayo sa hospital o sa clinic, mga professional, magkukuha po sila ng blood sample ninyo. And then, yun po yung tinatawag natin na blood screening. Sterile needles for drug injection. Napaka-common ng prevention nito, 'di ba? Sa HIV kanina, sa hepatitis dito. Sinasabi po natin na mapreprevent po natin 'yun through sterile needles. Kasi madami pong hospitals na hindi nila sinesecure yung safety ng hospital nila inside and out. Yan, practice safe sex. Sabi nga kanina ni Jo Marie, Miss Maureen, use condoms. And the treatment dito sa HIV, hepatitis D virus is chronic hepatitis B, treated with interferon. Sir, excuse me, naririnig po ba yung away? Meron po kasi nag-aaway dito eh.
Slight lang naman. Mas nangingibabaw pa rin yung voice mo.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Mm.
Lastly, we have hepatitis D. Hepatitis E pala, I'm sorry. Hepatitis E can spread through blood-to-blood contact, unsafe sex, and during childbirth. Yung aso ko. Excuse me, sir. During pregnancy po kasi, HEPA can pass through the placenta and infect the fetus. Di ba po pag, I'm sorry.
We will wait for you, Denise. Sige. Okay lang. Alisin mo na lang siguro muna yung aso na malapit sa'yo.
Sir, okay na po?
Okay na.
Ay. Saan na tayo? Hepa E virus. During pregnancy, mapapass through placenta po siya and infect the fetus. Kasi di ba po ba pag nanganak na po yung pregnant woman, mababasag po yung placenta. Yun po yung sinasabi nating tubig. Or dun po napapas. Pag may hepa po yung mother, dun po sa placenta, through papunta sa fetus, sa baby, dun niya po maa-adapt yung sakit na hepa. Di ba kasi po ba yung baby, it can be exposed to virus when the mother's blood and other fluids na nagko-connect, na halo-halo doon sa fluids. Yun. End stage of hepatitis. Sinasabing po nating end stage ang hepatitis C. It means the liver has been severely damaged by the hepatitis C virus. The hepatitis C virus slowly damages the liver over many years, often progressing from inflammation to permanent, irreversible, scarring cirrhosis. Once you have cirrhosis, treatment focuses on keeping the condition from worsening. It may be possible to stop or slow the damage. Hindi niyo po ba napapansin na HIV and hepatitis is parang magkaparehas po sila, not in the condition, pero dun sa pag-treat. They are not curable. But, meron yung mga gamot na makakapag-prevent. Oh my God. So, next we have the most common home incidents. The most common home incidents, meron tayong drowning, burns, falling, cuts and instrument punctures, electrocution, poisoning, and choking. So, number 1, we have drowning. Hindi naman, in-include ko po to outside home. Hindi naman po kasi specific yung topic. But the most common home incidents, pwede yung mga baby na malapit sa bathtub or, di ba yung mga mga bata na hindi nababantayan ng maigi. Siyempre there's a possibility na ma-drown sila sa tubig pag pinabayaan sila. Burns. One of the common injury around the home is burns. Scalds from hot water top the list in burning injuries. To be sure of your water heaters are managed properly at home. Next, we have falling. Protecting your family from falls can prevent bruises, broken bones, or even death. Napaka self-explanatory. We have cuts and instrument punctures. Cuts are open wounds made by a sharp instrument like a knife, razor, broken made glass. Ayan, napaka common home incident yung cuts and instruments. Pwedeng pag nagka-cut ka ng food or nag-fix ka ng mga screwdrivers ng papa mo, like that. pwede kang masugat sa mga gano'n pag hindi mo siya pag hindi ka para next we have electrocution. Electrocution pwede po natin 'tong ma-prevent sa kunwari may open wire. Ayan, and hindi mo siya nakita. Tapos sinaksak mo agad yung yung TV for example. Meron pa yung pag nalagyan ng tubig, if malapit siya sa lababo, for example, I mean sa CR, pag nagbo-blower, ganun, there's a possibility na makokuryente ka. Next, we have poisoning and choking. Very self-explanatory po itong dalawa.
Okay, so before I start, gusto ko lang tanungin kung okay lang naman kayo dyan. Hindi naman kayo inaantok.
Okay lang kami, Lizelle. Salamat sa pangangamusta. How about the others?
Okay lang naman.
Okay, very good. So, we all know naman, okay, so preventing accidents at home. So, we all know naman na yung aksidente is nangyayari siya unexpectedly. Example na lang yung parang yung usap mo ngayon o yung jowa mo, iniwan ka na lang niya unexpectedly. Wala, hugot yan. Charot. So, hindi. Yung aksidente is nangyayari siya unexpectedly na maaaring magresulta ng injury, illness, loss or damage to property, and sometimes even death. So, for these reasons, mas maigi talaga na mag-take tayo ng extra precautions in avoiding possible accidents than trying to fix the damage that results. So, here are some additional helpful tips for you to avoid accidents or to be safe in your tahanan or your home. O, di ba, ang gandang pakinggan yung word na tahanan. Okay, so first we have here in the family room. So, cover sharp furniture edges. Okay, so it's a good idea to put soft covers on sharp edges sa mga furnitures ninyo, lalo na kapag may mga kasama kayong bata na makukulit. Okay? So, example na lang dito is yung maglagay kayo ng foam. Pwede nyo yun ilagay, no? Para maiwasan yung aksidente. So, it's better to put soft covers sa mga sharp edges ng furnitures ninyo. Next is tape down rug edges. So, it is to prevent slips and falls on rugs. So, dito naman is pwede rin kayong gumamit ng masking tape, no? Para mag-stick siya or para maiwasan yung pagkadulas tsaka pagkahulog sa floor. Next is trips and stumbles. So, kapag nangyari ito sa inyo, remember the RICE. So, ano nga ba RICE or RICE? Okay, so RICE stands for rest, ice, compression, and elevation. So, sa rest, ito ay para maprotektahan niya yung injured, no? Or sore area. And to take a break from any activity na nagkukos ng pain or soreness. Next is ice. The cold will reduce your pain and swelling. Next is compression. Okay? Compression or wrapping the injured or sore area with elastic bandage, nakakatulong ito para mabawasan yung pamamaga dun sa injured part. Next is elevation. So, elevate the injured or sore area on pillows while applying ice and anytime you are sitting or lying down. And try to keep the area at above the level of your heart. So, ito yung dapat na gawin if ever man na ma-sprains kayo, ganon, okay? The RICE method, okay? It will help you to ease the pain and speed up healing. Okay? So, next is in the bathroom. So we have here put down and non-slip mat. So kagaya lang din siya sa tape down rug edges, it is to prevent slips and falls. So their main function is to prevent accidents and provide added security. The possibility that someone will fall is greatly reduced as the mat is attached to the bottom of the shower or tub. Okay, so lalo na kapag may mga kasama kayong bata or matanda, it is better to put a rubber or non-slip mat sa floor ninyo or sa tub para maiwasang madulas at mahulog sa maling tao. Ay, sa floor pala. Okay.
Aray.
Okay, so next is be safe with electrical devices. Okay, so kung may mga devices kayo like hair dryers and electrical shavers, no? You need to keep them away from water. Kasi we all know naman na water is an excellent conductor and electricity will travel through the water and through you to the ground. So, importante talaga na i-keep natin yung electrical appliances natin away from water and to sure na hindi basa yung kamay nyo at hindi ka nakatayo sa tubig kapag hahawak ka ng anything electrical. Pero na lamang kung lutang ka or may iniisip ka or kung iniisip mo yung paano nga ba kung hiwalayin ka ng jowa mo, nako, ingat-ingat ka, ingat-ingat tayo, no? Baka kaluluwa mo humiwalay sa'yo, sis. Okay, so be safe with electrical devices. Next is in the kitchen. So we have here store knives. So dito naman is by putting knives in their proper place, no? Like kung pwede rin sa drawer or wood block, okay? It can avoid skin cuts. So importante talaga na i-store natin yung knives natin properly for safety reason. And para na rin maiwasan yung damage and the premature dulling of the blades. Lalo na kapag may mga bata kayong kasama na makukulit, no? It is better to store your knives properly. Okay, next. Cut carefully. Okay, so guys, you need to always chop or cut away from you. It is because alam natin na yung mga kutsilyo natin is matutulis talaga. Even they are super sharp or very dull, they can easily cut you if hindi ka naging maingat sa paggamit ng kutsilyo. So, better na mag-cut tayo carefully. Okay, so next is let it fall. Mabilis ba ako magsalita? Okay lang naman po.
Mabilis kang maghugot ganun.
Okay.
Agree.
Okay,
I
so
agree with Mac.
okay, so next is let it fall. Oh my God. So, for example, if you drop a knife, don't reach for it. Okay? Let it hit the floor. Okay, so dito, wag daw natin sasalubin yung tao kung alam nating masasaktan lang tayo sa huli. Okay.
Api nga min sinaloob.
Yung mga mahilig ko pala dyan.
Ayoko na.
Okay.
Natatamaan na ako.
Yeah,
Grabe
so,
na.
okay, so, hulog yung knife, wag mong saluhin. Okay? Instead, lumayo ka kasi may tendency talaga na masusugatan ka. Okay? So, hayaan mo lang siya nahulog kasi deserve naman. Charot. Okay. Next is empty the sink. Okay. Don't leave knives in dirty or cloudy dishwater where you can clearly see. So, wag nating iwanan yung natin sa lababo. Okay? Iwan nyo na lahat. Wag lang yung kutsilyo. Charot. Okay, so sink is not only a dangerous spot. So, kapag iniwan mo yung mga kutsilyo sa sink, okay, it can rust. Kakalawanin talaga yan. Okay? So, gusto kong i-share, no? So, bale kasi ako yung tagahugas dito sa bahay. And every time na maghuhugas ako is nakakalat talaga yung mga kutsilyo, which is delikado. Lalo na kasi pumupunta dito yung mga pamangkin ko. Okay, so, ngayon, tapos na ako maghugas, ganun, nailagay ko na sila sa proper place nila, yung mga kutsilyo, mga pinggan. And then, syempre, ha? Oh my God. Ano to?
Diyos ko, hindi pa naka-move on ng Erickson.
Great!
Proceed ka na lang, Lizel.
Sige, sige. Sige, wag ko na lang din ituloy yon. Okay, so next is position hot pots. Okay, so make sure pot handles are turned inward, avoid knocking them over. So you need to remember that food is hot because it is burning. So para na rin sa kaligtasan natin, sa safety natin, keep pot and pan handles inward away from the edge of the stove. Huwag natin ilagay sa mga hawakan.
Oy!
Okay, so wag natin ilagay yung mahawakan sa isang bukas na apoy or heated burner habang ikaw ay nagluluto para walang masaktan at para na rin maiwasan yung mga aksidente. Okay, so next is store a fire extinguisher. Okay, so always keep one handy in case of a stove or oven fire. So fire extinguishers can be a small but important part of home fire safety plan. Sino dito yung mga may fire extinguisher sa bahay nila, sa kusina? Wala? Okay, kasi in reality, no one in the house thinks about the importance of having fire extinguishers. Kasi naniniwala tayo na walang fire na mangyayari kasi nag-iingat naman tayo sa paggamit ng mga appliances natin. But we must remember that being prepared with your fire extinguishers can reduce the potential costly fire damage in your home. Since kitchen activities involve using grease or mantika, it's best to have an extinguisher in that area to ensure you can put out grease fires immediately. Pero wag natin siyang i-store wag nating i-store yung fire extinguisher natin malapit sa stove. Kasi kapag fire malapit sa stove is it may force you to have to reach through the flames para lang kunin yung fire extinguisher. So, kapag may nakikita kayong nasusunog like stove or oven fire, it may force you to have to reach through the flames to grab the extinguisher. So, hindi yun maganda, no? Instead, store your kitchen fire extinguisher somewhere malayo sa stove ninyo, but still within easy reach. Okay? So, kapag may nakikita kayong nasusunog like stove or oven fire, fire extinguisher can be a big help to minimize fire at less lang yung madadamage na property. Okay, guys? So, kahit na maingat tayo sa paggamit ng mga appliances natin sa bahay, importante pa rin talaga na maging handa. Okay? Be prepared. Store a fire extinguisher. Okay, so sabi nga nila, there's no harm in hoping the best as long as you're prepared for the worst. Okay, so that's the end of my part. Mr. Von Tariga, you can take it over.
Thank you. Next pa naman yung mga home first aid kit natin. Ano nga ba ang home first aid kit? Creating a home first aid kit is a very important and easy. You can either make the items in the kit or find them at any pharmacy and most supermarket. Opo, madali lang po ang paggawa ng first aid kit sa ating mga bahay. Ano nga ba ang mga iba't ibang home first aid kit natin? First, emergency number list. There should be include your doctor, local ambulance, fire department, and poison control center. Which is true po. kailangan po nating isulat ang mga number ng mga doktor natin, number ng mga local ambulance sa ating mga bayan, number ng mga pinakamalapit sa hospital sa atin, number ng fire department at iba pa. Tapos pagkatapos po nating maisulat ang lahat ng emergency number po, dapat po natin itong ilagay sa mga pintuan o di kaya naman sa mga parte ng ating mga bahay na mabilis makita kapag may emergency. Next po is cough suppressant. Ito po ay mga drugs na iniinom natin kapag dry ang ating mga ubo. Example po is yung Robitussin at saka Strepsils. Next po ay antihistamine and decongestant. Ang antihistamine at decongestant po ay gamot na iniinom ng mga may allergies pag ang isang tao ay bahing ng bahing o kaya naman ay makati ang kanyang ilong. Next po ay thermometer. Alam na po natin lahat to. Ang thermometer po ay yung ginagamit nating pag-measure ng temperature sa atin pag may lagnat po tayo. Next po is oral syringe. Ang oral syringe po ay it is used to dispense liquid solution and suspension and can be used to give almost any medication available as a capsule or tablet as an oral liquid. Oral syringe are also useful for gradually increasing or decreasing the dose of your medication, also called a taper. Number 6 po ay emergency eye wash. Ang emergency eye wash po, it is equipment that is used to drench or flush the eyes with water when dust, irritants, or chemical enters the eye. The term is sometimes written as one word, eye wash. These devices are sometimes referred to as eye wash fountains. Next po is bandage. Alam na po natin to. Ito yung inilalagay na pantakip pagkatapos linisan ang ating mga sugat para wala pong makapasok na maruruming bagay. Next po is elastic wraps. It a stretchable bandage used to create localized pressure. Elastic bandages are commonly used to treat muscle sprain and strain by reducing the flow of blood to a particular area by the application or even stable pressure, which can restrict swelling at the place of injury. Sometimes po ito rin po ang ipinapantakip kapag malaki po ang ating mga sugat. Next po is gauze and adhesive tape. It is used to attach bandages, gauze, and other dressing to skin around wound. Sharp scissor with rounded tip. Ginagamit po sa pagkat ng mga elastic wraps, adhesive tape at iba pa na kinakailangan sa pantakip ng ating mga sugat. Antibiotic ointment. From the word ointment, ito po ay gamot na ipinapahid sa parte ng sugat natin o di kaya naman sa malapit sa sugat. Itong antibiotics ointment po ay hindi po pwedeng iniinom. Take note po natin yon. For external use lamang po ang ating mga antibiotics ointment. Next po is instant activating cold. Ito po ang palaging dala ng mga athletes at mga players po natin. And lastly, tweezers o forceps. Itong tweezers na ito po ay ginagamit na pantanggal sa mga maliliit na bagay na na-stuck sa ating mga sugat. Next po.
Hello po. So next is yung treating injuries at home. Ang pinakauna is yung treating sprains and bruises. Tulad nga ng sabi kanina ni... Ay, wait lang po. Tulad nung sabi ni Lizel kanina, yung RICE method, rest and protect the injured or sore area. So titigilan muna natin yung mga kahit anong activities na pwede magpalala nung nararamdaman na sakit. Next is ice. The cold will help to relieve discomfort and swelling. To prevent or reduce the swelling, apply ice as soon as possible. Pero wag pong i-direct na ilagay dun sa skin or dun sa sugat yung ice. Coveran muna natin ng towel. Next is compression. Swelling can be reduced by compressing the damaged or sore region with an elastic bandage. Wrap it loosely to avoid causing further swelling below the affected area. And last is elevation. While applying ice to the wounded or sore area, elevate it on pillows if you are sitting or lying down. Nakakatulong po yung pag-elevate to drain the excess fluid from the site of your injury at sa paraan na ito nababawasan yung sakit at napapabilis yung paggaling ng sugat. Next is treating cuts. If you experience a cut, flush it with water. Pero bago nyo hawakan yung sugat ng yung cut, maghugas muna ng kamay para maiwasan yung infections. Then, kailangan hugasan yung kailangan muna nating pigilan yung pagdugo ng cut. Tapos doon niya nilalagay yung constant pressure with gauze clean cloth for about 15 minutes. Pag hindi pa tumigil yung yung pagdugo niya, you need to see your doctor. Kasi meron talaga yung mga sugat na hindi nyo napapansin, malalim lang pala. Next is for treating in the burns. If you do get a burn, run it under cool and not cold water. Huwag yung sobrang lamig na tubig, yung sakto lang. And then apply a clean bandage. To administer proper first aid to burns, you will need a clean dish or hand cloths and a few cold compresses. Keep those in the refrigerator or freezer. You will also need bandages for burns. After that, you will want to put on a cold compress. Wrap one of the cold compresses in a towel and then apply it to the burn. So, dun sa burn, kung hindi nyo maano sa running water, pwede kayong gumawa ng yung towel na isosoak nyo na lang dun sa malamig na tubig. Then, yun na nyo. Yun na yung i-compress nyo. Wag nyong i-press ng mabuti dun sa area na may burn kasi pwede niyang palalain yung sakit. Yung tapik-tapik lang yung gawin nyo. And never apply ice or the compress directly to the burn. So, wag nyong i-directly ilalagay yung ice dun sa affected area because ice can lower the body temperature and cause further pain and damage. You will need to see a doctor for burns that blister. Blister is yung mga paltos, yung mga bilog na namumuo pag napasok kayo, ganun. Or don't heal after 10 to 14 days. If burns become filled with pus dapat to. Pus is yung mga blister, yung mga nagka-infection na mga paltos, yung mga blister. Pwede nyong maiwasan yung infection pag nilagyan nyo ng mga ointment yung mga burns, katulad ng petroleum jelly. Or you develop a fever, you need to seek immediate medical attention. Yun lang po yung part ko.
Dito na yung points, lahat po kami,
Okay. Can you skip this one? Meron ba mga part dito? Sige, babasahin niyo lang ba o go na din?
yes sir, babasahin lang po namin. Kasi dito na yung points yung po namin. Number one, health is maintained and improved not only through the advancement and application of health science, but also through the efforts and intelligent lifestyle choices of the individual and society.
Poor diet can have a harmful impact on health, causing deficiency diseases such as scurvy, beriberi, and kwashiorkor, health-threatening conditions like obesity and metabolic syndrome, and such common chronic systemic diseases as cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and osteoporosis.
Eating a wide variety of fresh, whole, and processed food have proven labor, laborable to the body compared to monotonous diet based on processed food.
Physical exercise is considered important for maintaining physical fitness.
Keeping the body clean could prevent infection and illness and helps avoid contact with infectious agents.
Prolonged psychological stress may negatively impact health, such as by weakening the immune system.
Several human activities have led to the emergence and spread of new diseases, and encroachment of wildlife habitats, changes agriculture, the destruction of rainforests, uncontrolled urbanization, modern transport, and pollution of the environment.
Protecting your family from common accidents around the home takes awareness and a few simple precautions.
And that would be all. Thank you for listening.